My name is Dellar from Naturally Healthy. Today I'm going to show you techniques for solving your tennis elbow. Please, if you like this video, please subscribe, like it and share it. Leave any comments, that would be really good. Thank you so much. This is an incredibly annoying pain that you get in your elbow. I don't know why it's called tennis elbow, because you can get it for lots of other reasons other than playing tennis. However, the first part of this three-part presentation is going to show you how to relieve the muscles in the forearm, which will take the pressure away from the elbow and give you huge relief. If this first presentation doesn't work for you, watch the next two, and one of them I'm sure will work for you. Okay, you'll see when I grip, the muscles in the forearm attach via tendons to this condyle here. It's important not to grip very tightly onto things or increase the circumference of the grip in order to relieve off that pressure. And that's why people wear a band often around this part of the elbow or the arm in order to relieve the pressure, so the muscles articulate from the band rather than from this condyle here, which is where the tendon attaches, and you get horrible inflammation in there and it's very painful. So this first presentation is going to show you a very effective way that you can relieve these muscles yourself and make the belly of the muscles longer, and therefore taking the pressure away from that tendon. It's very effective, very easy to do, and it works. The arm down, the affected arm down on a flat surface with the hand flat. You use the bony part of your other arm, this condyle here, to roll through the muscles, like a rolling pin. And when you find a sensitive part of that muscle, and I've just found a little sensitive part here, I'm going to push that condyle into it quite tightly and then grip really, really tightly for about 30 seconds and roll this part of your other arm over that tight and tense muscle. You don't have to do it for 30 seconds, but until that tension relieves, then let the hand go flat again, work along the muscle again in a different area, see if you can find another area of tension when you find one. I've got a little one there. So I'm going to push the condyle very, very hard into it. It's quite painful. Then make a hard grip and massage and roll that part of your other hand on that sensitive tender part for about 30 seconds if you can manage that. This will make the belly of the muscle longer. It will take the pressure away from this tendon. So this is a very straightforward process. In this instance, we're going to put the forearm straight and make sure the elbow is straight. With the wrist, we just gently go up and down, warming up the muscles. You can see the muscles moving in the forearm. The objective here is to warm these up. Where the muscle attaches to the tendon, which then attaches to this condyle here, is where the inflammation is, and this will really strongly affect that area and increase mobility, bring some blood supply to it. In the first presentation, if you haven't watched it already, Tennis Elbow Fix part 1, we did a lot of massage on these muscles as well to try and lengthen the belly of the muscle, again to take the pressure away from that tendon. So we do this about 20 times, about this speed, and then we accentuate the stretch by putting the fingers forward and then down towards the floor. The fingers are then pulled towards you by the other hand, and this stretch is held for 30 seconds. And that's it, it's that simple. It really works, it's incredibly effective. Don't underestimate how much this will help. You hold this for 30 seconds and repeat this process twice a day. So the first part of it is up and down with the wrist, and the second part, once you've warmed the muscles up apart a little bit, is fingers down towards the floor and pull them back towards you with the other hand, making sure the elbow is still straight, and hold for 30 seconds. That's it. In this presentation, we're going to have a look at doing some micro rubbing over where the painful part is. So the muscles attach to a tendon, the tendon attaches to the bone, and this becomes inflamed and you get lots of scar tissue in this area. So what we're going to do is put 2 fingers of your other hand over the painful area and polish the skin, the sinews on the bone below. It's incredibly uncomfortable when you first start doing it, and it has to be quite vigorous, but stick with it, because after 30 seconds or so the pain will reduce, and keep going for up to 5 minutes, and you can repeat this twice a day. You can see them having to do it quite strongly in order to get a good effect, but it will repair the scar tissue. Oftentimes with tennis elbow, people start to think that the tennis elbow is getting better, and then they'll overuse it again and it creates more scar tissue. And this technique takes away that scar tissue, brings blood to the area, and really speeds up the healing process. Twice a day for 5 minutes each time. This aspect of the presentation for curing tennis elbow uses electroacupuncture machine here. It's really important to state that this can only be performed by a qualified acupuncturist. If your acupuncturist hasn't seen how to do this with an electroacupuncture machine, you can show this presentation and this will rapidly improve the tennis elbow. What's going to happen here, there's going to be two needles into the belly of the muscle that attach to the tendon, that attaches to the condyle where the pain is. You can see when I move my fingers or grip strongly, the muscles come up tightly. And we're going to follow down where the muscle inserts into the tendon and then into the condyle here. You see when I waddle that second finger that this muscle's standing up. So we're going to put needles here and here, and that will relax the belly of the muscle. If the belly of the muscle is more relaxed, the muscle's longer. This takes the tension away from the tendon that pulls and tugs on that aspect of the elbow. And there's also going to be two needles into the tendon itself. Quite uncomfortable to receive. It gets very much better after about a minute of treatment, but it brings blood to the area, drains away any fluids that have collected in the area because of inflammation, and incredibly the results are almost immediate. Okay, so here it is in place. Please, this can only be done by a professional acupuncturist. Do not try this yourself. Show this presentation to your acupuncturist if they haven't done this before. The electroacupuncture machine is now on. There's two needles into the tendon at the insertion of the condyle at the elbow where the pain is. This is quite fizzy. It brings blood to the area, it helps heal the scar tissue, and it helps the lymphatic drain away any fluid that's accumulated because of inflammation. These two needles are in the belly of the muscle, and they are contracting, relaxing incredibly rapidly. What the effect of that is that the muscle has no choice but to relax ultimately, which will make the muscle longer and therefore take pressure away from the elbow. It's quite comfortable to receive, it's not uncomfortable. It needs to be done for about 20 minutes, and we only use about 30% of the capacity of the machine on the dials here, so it's not a very violent or strong electrical impulse. Very gentle, very healing, and important to say, the effects for tennis elbow are amazing and immediate.